Mickey's Mixed Magic is 100% Disneyland's budget fireworks show, and in my opinion, that makes it the worst fireworks show that Disneyland operates. I feel like they designed this show to be primarily a projection and light show, and the fireworks are just kind of thrown in as a bonus. So whenever they're running this show, I'm like, I'm not watching the fireworks tonight. That's not on the to-do list. They usually run this show during their quote-unquote off-season, which is like January to March. I'm making this video in 2025, and for this year, they kept it around during spring break, which was kind of disappointing. They're not going to get rid of Mickey's Mixed Magic until the Disneyland 70th anniversary celebration begins in late May, I believe. So we're stuck with Mickey's Mixed Magic for a while. They run the projections for this show every day, but the fireworks are weekends only. Because again, this is their quote-unquote off-season, even though the park is literally busy every single day, which it is pretty disappointing. Like, they're obviously saving money by running this show instead of a good fireworks show, like a certain Wondrous Journeys, which is coming back. I'm so excited for Wondrous Journeys to come back. I can barely contain myself. I already made a full review video for Wondrous Journeys, so if you want to talk about a good fireworks show, then you should check out that video right there, because I'm absolutely going to tear this show to shreds right now. Before we get started, please like this video, please leave a comment down below, let me know what you think of Mickey's Mixed Magic, and please subscribe to this YouTube channel. At the time of this recording, we just passed 7,000 subscribers, which is absolutely incomprehensible. I'm so grateful for all of you. Thank you so much. I'm trying to keep this growth moving. The 10,000 subscriber mark is like within reach, or it's in the horizon. It's in my sightline. This is absolutely fantastic. You guys are the best. This is very, very exciting. And I'm trying to keep this growth moving. I'm trying to put out 3 videos a week. Wednesday, Friday, Sunday are my upload days, just in case you're curious. Wednesday are the smaller scale videos, and then the weekends have the larger scale reviews, and of course ranking videos, or wish lists. You know what's on the channel. I don't know what I'm yapping about. Let's dig into Mickey's Mixed Magic. I believe the show premiered in 2019 for Mickey Mouse's 90th birthday, which is pretty cute, but this show just kind of has Mickey and Minnie. It doesn't feel like it's necessarily celebrating Mickey and Minnie, like they're just kind of there. Like they 100% developed this show for projections and for lights. As I said, fireworks are kind of a bonus. One of the biggest aspects of this show that I really have a problem with is the fact that there are no fireworks on the castle. So Disneyland fireworks have the big background fireworks, and they also have fireworks that go off from the castle, and Mickey's Mixed Magic has none of them. So that in my opinion, those castle fireworks add like a completely different dynamic. It adds a unique visual. It has layers to the show, to the nighttime spectacular. And for Mickey's Mixed Magic, that layer is just completely gone. I know a lot of people call this show the baby rave, and that's 100% what it is. And a baby rave is not my vibe at all. As much as I love Disney and Disney music, the idea of a dance show with like EDM style beats with fireworks is just not for me. But I understand the appeal for some people. Like, it is pretty cute. It's just not for me. Also, I've been calling the show Mickey's Mixed Magic for like years, but before I made this review video, I realized that I've been saying the name wrong this whole time. It is called Mickey's Mixed Magic, which is kind of funny. I do like the alliteration of the name, Mickey's Mixed Magic, MMM. That's pretty well done. Mickey and Minnie are like the main characters through the whole show. Slash the DJ, like a lot of the projections have Mickey Mouse like acting as a DJ on the castle or on Main Street. My favorite place to watch any Disneyland fireworks show is from Main Street, because you can see the projections on the Main Street buildings, and you can still see the castle at the end of the street. Like, the people that wait hours and hours to see the show directly in front of the castle have a beautiful view of the castle, but like, you're missing the dynamic of having projections on your left and your right and in front of you. Also, because our castle is so short and the fireworks here are like pretty small compared to the fireworks in Walt Disney World, like sometimes the angles don't line up as great when you're in front of the castle compared to when you're back on Main Street. My favorite part of good fireworks shows like Wondrous Journeys are when the fireworks are in sync with the music. When the timing works out, it like scratches the itch in my brain. It makes me so happy. It's very satisfying as a viewer. And a lot of those fireworks come off from the castle. And as I said, Mickey's Mixed Magic is lacking that. So it's a lot harder to time the big fireworks in the background with the music that you hear on Main Street. So that's really disappointing. That means the show is lacking one of my favorite elements of any Disneyland fireworks show. There are very few instances of the fireworks being in sync with the music for Mickey's Mixed Magic. A lot of the show is just background fireworks, which is kind of disappointing. And as I said, that makes it feel like they designed the show as a projection show, as a light show, instead of a fireworks show. Another thing that makes me salty about Mickey's Mixed Magic is the fact that if you ever rope drop Disneyland, the music they play exactly at 8 o'clock when the park opens is now the theme song for this show. Even though it used to be Zippity Doo Dah, and I miss Zippity Doo Dah a lot. As you might know, Splash Mountain was my favorite ride before it closed, and they replaced Zippity Doo Dah with, I don't even know the name of the theme song, hold on. It's a Good Time. They replaced Zippity Doo Dah as the opening music for Disneyland Park with It's a Good Time from Mickey's Mixed Magic. And as I said, the EDM style music is just not for me. I'm not a rave person, so I'm not a baby rave person. Like, the theme song is pretty obnoxious and repetitive, in my opinion. It's just not the vibe. Usually the theme song for a nighttime spectacular, like World of Color, Fantasmic, any other fireworks show, is really, really good. It's very well done, but this is probably the weakest theme, in my opinion. Like, saying that it's a party over and over and over again doesn't make it feel like a party. It just it's off-putting to me. Let's dig into this show. I do like the bouncing lights when the show gets started right away. Those come back in the finale, so it brings the show full circle. It signifies that we're either getting started or we're wrapping up. So I do like that, and I can't think of another Disneyland fireworks show that has these bouncing lights. So it gives this show a little personality and a unique visual cue that the other shows don't have. So I'm a big fan of that. I do like how the projections have a lot of the green, yellow, and red going on. It's kind of like a soundboard. Like, as I said, Mickey and Minnie are like the DJs for this show. When the show does get started, it takes a minute before the fireworks start, which is not the greatest in my opinion. There's a part in the song where they spell Mickey, like Mickeymouse. The fireworks are in time with the spelling. So that's one of the few examples of the fireworks lining up with the music, so I greatly appreciate that. Alright, I'm gonna go on a little tangent right here. One of my favorite aspects of the layout of Disneyland Park is the fact that they put the castle in the north and they put the train station in the south. So Main Street is lined up north-south, and they don't hide that, they actually promote that. If you look at any map of Disneyland Park, they have a compass in one of the corners to tell you that they put the castle in the north, they put the train station in the south. Walt Disney took the time to make sure it lined up with that, which is really, really cool. And from what I understand, that's accurate. Like, they did do that. Like, that's just an awesome design feature that Walt Disney took into consideration. And you want to know how Mickey's Mixed Magic pays tribute to that? When the lyrics say, "To the east, yeah, rocket to the west, yeah," they have fireworks go off from the west first, and then the east second. Like, come on. I don't know what the logic with that was. I don't know if it's like we read left to right, so you should see fireworks go off from left to right. I don't know if it would look weird if it's right and then left. But the east is on the right-hand side if you're facing the castle. But when the lyrics say east, they go off in the west. And then when they say west, it goes off in the east. So it's backwards. Like, that's so stupid. Like, come on, guys. What are we doing here? I had to Google the lyrics to make sure I wasn't crazy. That's what the lyrics are. To the east, yeah. Rocket to the west, yeah. They just don't know east from west, I guess. That's very disappointing. Like, Walt Disney put your castle in the north. They put Main Street in the south. So, like, use it, you know? So that's my biggest criticism of this intro sequence. So we're gonna move on to the I Want to Be Like You sequence. In my opinion, this part of the show is pretty bland. They really chopped up the song to fit in with the EDM vibe, and in my opinion, it just doesn't match at all. Plus, this sequence has no fireworks that are timed with the music, so it's just a bunch of background explosions. It's just, it's fine. Like, the projections are kind of cool. The transition into the sequence is actually pretty good. But other than that, this is one of the most forgettable parts of Mickey's Mixed Magic, in my opinion. And then after the I Want to Be Like You sequence ends, you're going to go into an Aristocats sequence, which, interesting. Aristocats in a fireworks show is a decision. That's a choice, for sure. Like, I loved that movie as a kid. I think I went, through a whole Aristocats phase. I think that was one of the movies that I used to watch all the time. But even then, strange. If I was tasked with designing a fireworks show for Disneyland, I don't think I would have picked Aristocats for one of the major sequences. But, that's cool. I think it is hilarious that the I Want to Be Like You sequence is about wanting to be human, and they immediately followed it up by Everyone Wants to Be a Cat. I do like how the piano with the song times with the sparklers. They do it twice in this sequence, and it's really, really good both times. This song is a better fit for the Mixed Magic vibe than the one from Jungle Book, so I do appreciate that. There's really not that many large fireworks during this sequence. I feel like this part of the show is really reliant on the projections. It feels like they're trying to not spend that much money with this show. It really feels like they're limiting the large fireworks. And as I said, there's no small scale castle fireworks, so it just feels like they're limiting pyrotechnics altogether, which just gives the show a budget vibe, This is a light show more than a fireworks show, which is very disappointing, in my opinion. After the Aristocats sequence ends, they're going to go straight into a sequence from Aladdin with the genie. It's going to be Friend Like Me. This dude has so many sequences in Nighttime Spectaculars, and they completely butchered this one. This is my least favorite part of Mickey's Mixed Magic. They ruined my boy's song. If he says life is your restaurant one more time, I'm genuinely gonna crash out. The vibe of the original song is completely gone. It does not fit with EDM. This portion of the show is borderline unwatchable, in my opinion. As I said, Genie has a lot of representation in Nighttime Spectaculars. I'm sure they wanted to switch up this segment for Mickey's Mixed Magic to give it its own identity, but in my opinion, they completely ruined it. His sequence in Fantasmic is very well done. I love it. And of course, in the original World of Color, he is one of my favorite sequences in that show. He also has other representation in other fireworks shows, and this is his worst sequence by far. They should not have done Robin Williams like this. Absolutely ridiculous. It's by far my least favorite part of Mickey's Mixed Magic. But they do follow that up with a really, really strong sequence, which is from my favorite ride. I love the Haunted Mansion. Grim Grinning Ghosts, unlike Friend Like Me and unlike I Want to Be Like You, they don't touch the lyrics for Grim Grinning Ghosts, which thank God they didn't do that. So they just let the whole song play out. That being said, though, the beat does get obnoxious during the As the Moon Climbs High verse. That's just annoying to me. Come on. The Mickey Flash Pictures bit, when the sequence gets started, that's my favorite moment in the entire show. It's very, very cute. And I am a theme park nerd, and I get annoyed when people have their flash on during a dark ride like the Haunted Mansion. That's very, very cute. The projections and the colors in this sequence are very, very impressive. It's probably my favorite projections in the whole show. So I absolutely love the Haunted Mansion sequence. That being said, though, the transition into it is pretty clunky.
Jeez, where'd you dig this bozo up?
Like, I don't like when nighttime spectaculars kind of stop in between sequences. Like, one sequence is end and then the next one just restarts. It goes black for like half a second. Like, come on. They should have a transition, like the transition out of the Grim Grinning Ghost sequence into the Coco sequence. That's much better, especially for like an EDM DJ show. This show should do transitions really, really good, and in my opinion, it's a flaw. They could have done transitions a lot better, in my opinion. Like, isn't that the whole thing that DJs do? But they didn't do it that well in Mickey's Mix Magic, which is kind of ridiculous. If you're gonna save money on pyro by limiting it, you should make sure that the music is well done, especially with the vibe that you're going for with like a DJ rave, baby rave, whatever. All right. After the Grim Grinning Ghost is Coco. The projections in this sequence are also really good, but this sequence is by far the shortest in the show. It has a good energy, and the EDM twist is a better fit for this song than it is for the Jungle Book sequence or the Aladdin sequence. And of course, Mickey's Mix Magic had to end with Let It Go, which is something that it stole from Disneyland Forever. And in my opinion, Disneyland Forever did it better. Like, if you watch the Let It Go sequences for Mickey's Mix Magic and then Let It Go back to back, it's just insane how much better Disneyland Forever is. Like, I have a little sister. I grew up in the 2000s, so Frozen was part of my life. I'm not a Frozen hater. Like, I went to see Frozen 2 in theaters and I enjoyed it. Like, I'll watch the original Frozen movie sometimes just to have something on the background. It's a good movie. I enjoy it. Whether that's nostalgia or whatever, because I know it's so popular. It was like, it took over the world in the 2010s. So obviously when a kid's movie like is so popular like that, it gets a lot of blowback because people get sick of it, which like I understand. But I love Let It Go. That being said though, it makes 0 sense as the last song in a fireworks show. Like, Let It Go is literally about Elsa running away from her problems, and that happens towards the beginning of the movie. She learns that she was wrong for doing that. She goes back to Anna and her kingdom at the end of the movie. So, like, why is letting go and running away the finale of your fireworks show? Like, what are you trying to tell these kids watching your show right now, Disney? Like, come on. Disneyland Forever did it first, so I yelled at Disneyland Forever for doing that. Mickey's Mix Magic does the same thing. Like, it's very obvious that they put this at the end of the show because it's so popular. Because, you know, it'll be a lot of people's favorite part of the show. Because so many people love Frozen, but it makes no sense at this time in the show, in my opinion. And they butchered Elsa's lyrics. Oh my god, they did my girl so dirty. So dirty. It's so bad. It's not as bad as the Friend Like Me sequence, but it's bad, dude. I'm not a fan of the remix of this song at all. I do like how when she sings Let It Go, the sparklers go off in like waves with like Let It Go. That's pretty well done. When she sings Let the Storm Rage On, for both Disneyland Forever and for Mickey's Mix Magic, they just blow off a ton of fireworks, which is pretty, like, it gives me chills for Disneyland Forever. But for Mickey's Mix Magic, they don't have nearly as many fireworks as they do for Disneyland Forever. So that makes it feel very underwhelming when you put the sequences side by side. This is Theme Park Nerd from the future cutting in. They have a similar amount of fireworks, but Mickey's Mix Magic drew it out a lot more because they messed with the music, edited it, whatever, did their DJ rave thing, whatever. But just having it all compact in the original song when she sings Storm Rage On is much more satisfying as a viewer, in my opinion. So maybe a similar amount of fireworks, but they're all at the same time in Disneyland Forever, and in my opinion, that means it lands emotionally compared to whatever Mix Magic was doing. All the best parts of the Let It Go sequence in Mickey's Mix Magic are literally stolen from the Let It Go sequence in Disneyland Forever, which is absolutely hilarious. Both sequences end with her saying, "The cold never bothered me anyway," and then she slams the door, like how she slams the door in the movie. And then when she slams the door, the sparklers go off. And that's really, really cool. It's cool in both shows, but again, it was stolen from Disneyland Forever. Disneyland Forever did it first. Like, come on, guys. Why did they make Mickey say that? That's so stupid. Oh my god. Okay. I can't even do anything with this show anymore. So this is where the finale sequence begins, and for most fireworks shows, the finale is by far the best part of the experience. I don't know, it just makes you feel some type of way. For Mickey's Mixed Magic, they bring the theme song back. Instead of spelling M-I-C-K-E-Y in the theme song, they spell M-I-N-N-I-E. Which, like, cool representation for Minnie Mouse. Mickey already got to spell his name, now it's time for Minnie. But when people try to sing along, they want to say M-I-C-K-E-Y because that's what the song is, that's what people know. So it's just kind of annoying when they throw you a curveball, M-I-N-N-I-E. No disrespect to Minnie Mouse, of course. And then they emphasize their directional challenges by doing the east side, rocket to the west side twice for the finale. So that means 3 times total in the show they emphasize that they don't know east from west to cap off this amazing nighttime spectacular. At the very end of the finale sequence, Mickey Mouse will yell at you to make some noise. And then the crowd goes mild, and then there's an underwhelming finale. So I want you to watch the final fireworks sequence for this show, and then watch one for Disneyland Forever, Wondrous Journeys, even the Halloween fireworks, the Pixar fireworks, like any other fireworks show. And you can see that the finale for this show is really underwhelming. There's really not that many fireworks. They're pretty small. And also, like, why are they red, yellow, and blue? Like, where did the blue come from? Like, it was red, yellow, and green for the soundboard, like the projection aesthetic in the intro for the show, so I don't know where this purple/blue came from. I don't know, maybe that's cheaper than green fireworks. I have no idea. As I said, this is 100% the budget fireworks show for Disney. So yeah, this show is pretty underwhelming. The final kiss after the finale is pretty cute between Mickey and Minnie. That's a sweet send-off for the show. I'm a fan of that. As I've discussed throughout this entire show, the transitions are okay. The worst transition is from Friend Like Me to Grim Grinning Ghost. And funny enough, I think the transition from Grim Grinning Ghost to Un Poco Loco is probably the best. The transition from Let It Go to the finale is also pretty bad. As I said earlier, a DJ/rave show should have really good transitions, and Mickey's Mixed Magic does not. Wondrous Journeys handles transitions way better than this show does, which is kind of embarrassing. And overall, there's just less fireworks throughout this entire show than pretty much any other fireworks show. There's 0 castle fireworks, and they try to limit the larger fireworks as much as possible. So that is really, really lame. Before we wrap up, we're going to rank the sequences in Mickey's Mixed Magic. As I said, my least favorite part of this show is Friend Like Me. They did Robin Williams so dirty. They chopped up his singing. It's just not the vibe. 7 is I Want to Be Like You. This is pretty forgettable. Honestly, it's just not that great. Number 6 is Let It Go. Just like Friend Like Me, they just chopped up Elsa's singing so much. It's not great. And the best parts of the Let It Go sequence are stolen / reused. I guess Disney's allowed to steal from themselves. Number 5 is Un Poco Loco. This sequence is really, really short, but it's cute. It's fine. This song is a better fit for the baby rave aesthetic than I Want to Be Like You or Friend Like Me. Number 4 is Everyone Wants to Be a Cat. My biggest problem with this sequence is the lack of fireworks. It feels like they're really trying to limit it. But as I said, the sparklers with the piano is one of the best instances of fireworks being timed with the music for this show. Number 3 is the intro. Not a fan of the theme song. There's just not really any memorable moments aside from the fireworks spelling spelling MICKEY, in sync with the music. That's by far the best part. By far the worst part is them not knowing their directions, and the same is true for number 2, which is the finale. The finale emphasizes that by doing it twice. Just like the intro, they have the fireworks timed with MINNIE. But again, I'm not a fan of this theme song, and I'm still salty that it replaced Zippity Doo Dah as the park's opening music. And number 1 is Grim Grinning Ghosts. I love this sequence. The projections are great. The moment with Mickey at the beginning of the sequence is my favorite part of Mickey's Mixed Magic. And I love the song. They didn't touch the lyrics at all, so they just play the whole Grim Grinning Ghosts song. It just has an annoying background beat. Whatever. So this show is not for me. If you like it, that's cool, but I think you should still criticize Disney for not going all out for this show. I mean, Disney does not have an off season. As much as they like to say that they have an off season, it's always crowded. So they should always have a fireworks show that goes all out for their guests. Like, come on. Mickey's Mixed Magic is 100% their budget fireworks show. Like, I guess the idea of a baby rave could be fun, but it's just not for me. And if you do like this type of music, I'm not trying to criticize you. That's cool. I'm glad you're into that. But like, they did not go all out for you. That's all I need you to know. Like, they should have spent more money for a show with a music genre that you like. You know, you got done dirty, not me. But I'm excited for this show to leave so we can watch Wondrous Journeys again. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like this video. Please leave a comment down below. Do you agree with my criticisms? Do you think I'm being too harsh? Please let me know. And please subscribe to this YouTube channel. 10K is within reach. I feel like I'm getting really, really excited. I'd love to keep this channel growth going. Thank you so much, everyone, and I will catch you later.